Hi, this is Mike Regan with Transact's 2-Minute Warning for the week of July 15th. In this week's 2-Minute Warning, we're asking a very important question. What will your freight budgets look like for 2025? We've been doing these 2-minute warnings for a lot of years, and one of the most popular topics we talk about on these 2-minute warnings is when we address the areas of budgets for the upcoming years. Now, with that thought in mind, normally we start this in the middle of August, early September. That's when we get the questions about budgets, but for some odd reason, we're getting these questions even though it's only the middle of July. I think the reason for that is because there's a lot of uncertainty what's going on in the marketplace. So with that thought in mind, here's some important guidelines for you. First, in preparing your budgets, you need to have an honest discussion about whether you're a status quo shipper or a strategic shipper. A status quo shipper is saying, this is the way we do our business. We're not going to make a lot of changes. We go to the carriers, say, take it or leave it. This is what you should expect in dealing with us, versus a strategic shipper that's saying, we're willing to make changes if it's beneficial for the carriers, gives us better rates, and helps us improve our businesses. Now, on the surface, a lot of people say, well, we want to be a strategic shipper, but in truth, they're a status quo shipper. So if you're a status quo shipper, here's what you should expect. Expect an 8 to 10 or 11% increase in your truckload rates. That's because the truckload sector will ultimately come out of the freight recession, and the truckload carriers are going to have to be more aggressive in seeking rate increases. Now, if you're in the LTL sector, we expect the rate increases for status quo shippers to be somewhere between 5 to 7%, and that's because the LTL carriers have a better, healthier base rate right now. In the parcel sector, your increases will be somewhere in the area of 7 to 10%, depending on how accessorial charges from UPS and FedEx affect your budget. And in the ocean sector, folks, this one's kind of tough, but barring some unforeseen event, we expect ocean increases to be somewhere in the area of 7 to 10% because we're coming into 2025 with higher base container rates. Now, for strategic shippers, there are some options. If you're willing to make important changes, you can actually see the carriers lower their rates because they have a lower cost to serve your business. How much of a decrease could you see? It could be as much as 5 to 7%. We've proven that with just some of the bid activity we've conducted over the past couple of months. So that means there's anywhere from a 12 to 15% difference in rates between being a status quo shipper and a strategic shipper. Now, if you're wondering, Mike, what could we do to be more strategic in our sourcing events? Just send me an email or give us a call. We have a wealth of tools and some really important assessments that we perform that can give you some important answers about changes that you could make that would result in immediate savings and immediate benefits. Now, we make all of this information available to you because with each and every 2-minute warning, we're here to remind you we're on your team. We're here to help. And we're passionate about seeing you be successful. Thanks for your time.